Hello, everyone. If anybody catches this live, I really did not feel like recording this. I just felt like doing it live real quick. I'm tired. I've been working in my yard most of the day. So I figured I'd just go live, say this, skip all the editing bullshit. So this has to do with Picard, episode 7, whatever the title was, because nobody gives a shit. We have apparently found out the real reason Q sent Picard's ass back here and has put him through all this bullshit. Not because he needs to save his ancestor Picard, but because he has mommy issues. Really? This is it? He has mommy issues and he took it out on his daddy. That's the big revelation. Picard's almost 100 fucking years old, and now we want to get into his mommy issues. So we all know that in TNG, Picard did not talk about his father or his family very often. Well, we did know throughout various episodes, his father did not approve of him going to Starfleet. He would have preferred, like his brother Robert, stay at Chateau Picard, work on the vineyard. But that is not what Picard wanted to do. Picard was always going to the stars, always looking forward to it. He wanted to be an explorer. He wanted to do something different with his life. And there was some strain between him and his father. There was obviously strain between him and his brother, sibling issues, which we saw after the Best of Both Worlds when we were talking about family, where him and his brother, despite his issues, was really trying to help Picard just in his own way possible. But yet, we're finding out now, all of a sudden, Picard's mother is basically, she suffered from the way they're saying is bipolar disorder, a illness I know quite well, and it's a mental illness I'm very familiar with. And they were like, she refused help, so she freaks out. They're talking about going down into the cave. She's having what would be known as a manic attack. And it's like, well, she refused help, and you're telling me that his dad locks her in closets to keep her safe because she refused to. Sorry, this at the time is the 24th century. She could have been beamed into a Federation medical facility where she could have got treatment. Also, I'm really finding it fucking hard to believe that of everything that the Federation has cured through medical science, somehow bipolar disorder is still prevalent, and they couldn't help her at all. But yet, this is not the impression we ever got throughout it. In fact, the only time we ever really saw him talk about his mom was in Where No One's Gone Before. We see a very elderly mother talking with him, and he's very, passionate. He's in love. He loves his mother very much. Now, we knew he wasn't close to his father, but it never came off as thinking of his father as the monster, the demon, the one who did everything wrong. Now, I know this classic cliche, okay? I did the same shit to my stepfather. It's my stepfather's fault. He was taking over from my dad. Blah, blah, blah. Stupid kid shit. You get over it when you get older. But somehow we're supposed to believe that after everything Picard has been through, at 100 years old, he's now, it's like, oh, now we're going to discuss his mommy issues. Because his mom was his mom literally was going to put his life in danger because they pointed out in there, don't go into the caves. The caves are dangerous. His mom tried to drag him in there. Okay, that's called child endangerment. Very well familiar with how all this mental stuff works when it comes to children and stuff. I've seen it plenty of times firsthand what happens with that stuff. But yet, the solution is to lock her in a dark room, and then Picard will be like, maybe I didn't know you at all. Maybe you weren't about. No, you're justifying two types of abuse because you're justifying her abuse to him because she's bipolar, and him being a young child, he doesn't realize it. What's going on? And then we're supposed to be able to justify that, oh, his dad did it to protect. No. This isn't the 1700s, the 1800s, or even the 1940s or whatever, when this could have probably been gotten away with. It's the 24th century. So not only have they not cured it, but they seem to be totally okay with him locking her, with Picard's dad locking his mom up. You can't tell me nobody knew she was having issues. I mean, come on, you're telling me nobody got curious and did a tricorder scan? It's obvious she had history. It's obvious it had been known. And saying she refused help, well, that doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. If you're putting people's lives in danger, especially children, that would be in California and in various other places called a 5150, where your ass is going to get help at least for 72 hours, whether you like it or not, get evaluated to see where you need to be in. But no, it's not that they're back in time to help Rene Picard, which I'm still trying to figure out how this is important when we're 2 years from World War III in the Star Trek timeline. So, I don't know. We'll see. Rafi and Seven are pretty much completely useless through this. Rios is really the only character is the only one I kind of like. And then he does the, hey, let's bring you guys onto my ship. Okay, you know what? I'm not really going to get that pissed because we've seen that kind of crap happen all through Star Trek. They break time protocol. They break the time directive all the damn time. It's hilarious. Kirk did it how many damn times? God knows how many times. So I don't care about it. The one that cracks me up is Girardi. She has got to be the stupidest doctor I've ever seen. How the hell she did not realize that the Borg Queen was playing her the whole time? Her whole plan. It was so blatantly obvious. Now, what's going on with the Q and the Q continuum? First off, that was an interesting thing where they're like, the Alorians and the Q actually had a war with each other in some way, shape, or form, and there was an armistice. Something. Wait a minute. Let me see if I get this straight. You got into a war with the Borg, you got into a war with the Q, got into an armistice, but yet you lost to the Borg. I'm having a hard time grasping that one. So you managed to make peace or an armistice with the Q, but yet your asses are kicked by the Borg sometime later. And I really cannot stand this actor who is playing the current Guinan, because I'm sorry, she's not acting like a 300-400-year-old Alorian. What she's acting like is a modern day pissed off African American in the United States. And if you want to call that racist, I'm just saying that's what she's acting like. She's acting like what you would see in a modern upset black woman who's in a bad mood about certain things. Not like an Alorian. And then, so we have daddy issues. We have Girardi, who's so stupid, can't figure out that the Borg Queen was using her. And I'm still trying to figure out how the Borg Queen is not able to assimilate people so quickly. It's like, oh, it takes time. Now it's taking adrenaline. Got to get all that stuff going. Where did this suddenly come from? Because I ain't never seen that in any lore in all of Star Trek. So I don't know where they're just making shit up as they go. They obviously did not read canon at all. It's fucking sad. And you can tell they really don't have much of a budget for this because, I mean, there are hardly any special effects. If there were, we'd be in space having fun doing, what Star Trek is supposed to be doing, exploring. But no, we're in the past. We're in modern time because it's cheaper to get the props for that. Sad. It's like they must have blew their load budget on the first episode and maybe the last episode because that's what I'm figuring. We're gonna get some big, crazy fucking bullshit. Now, how desperate do you have to be that you actually, before the show even ends, you've already shown a teaser for the next season? You're like, look, we're bringing all the TNG characters back. Look, that's great. You should love us. No, sorry. Just because you're bringing them back does not mean people are going to give a shit. You're not making Star Trek. You're just not. You're not even paying attention to canon. And I don't want to hear about, canon has had issues throughout Star Trek. Yes. You don't have 725 episodes and 10 movies and not maybe have some canon issues. Okay, but they at least try. They work within it. They try to do proper retcons as they can. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. But, between Discovery, Lower Decks, and Picard, I'm not going to give Prodigy any crap because Prodigy is a Nickelodeon show, mainly for young kids. So I'm not going to give that show any shit because that is not for my age group. That is not for my area. That is simply a show mainly for kids. And I can totally accept that. But the other three, this is just ridiculous. And Picard is the absolute worst because it's the one with the legacy characters. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, seriously, 7 episodes and we're told, Picard has daddy issues. We've been having this haunting thing with him and his mother. Something that has never come up at any point in time. Now we're going to just drop this in there. This new revelation out of the blue that never would even been remotely brought up. So, it's ridiculous. And then they top it all off. All of a sudden, the feds show up at Guinan's 10 Ford and arrest them both, all because, a video camera caught Picard beaming in. Seriously, it's 2024. We have fucking apps that can make us look like we're beaming in, but yet somehow this got seen. Somebody took it to the feds, and the feds actually took this that seriously. That's the suspense of disbelief I call bullshit. Anybody here who has a decent knowledge of use can take a picture of themselves or do a little video and add the element of you being beamed in somewhere. Okay? You could do it on your phone. It's not hard. So this is just really, really shitty writing, really bad acting. Well, actually, the acting isn't all bad, but the plot and everything is just garbage. I cannot believe how bad they are fucking this shit up. I can, but had a sliver of hope with that first episode. Just a sliver. But we got 8, 9, and 10. And right now, I just want to see how bad they're going to fuck this shit up. How more fucked up can they make this? Because the show makes no sense. Because honestly, how does Renee going up into space or not turn the world into this confederation or whatever it was called? You expect me to believe that? So somehow, if Shotgun's mission World War III goes completely different. Okay. What next? Zephyrin Cochrane doesn't create the warp drive, or he does. He's just, we got this totalitarian thing. I'm sorry, you can only do the mirror universe once or twice. Like I said, this is just garbage. Absolute garbage. This is not Star Trek. I don't understand this crap. It's not Star Trek. You enjoy it, fine. Good for you. But don't sit here and tell the rest of us that this is Star Trek. This holds nothing to Star Trek. We want to watch Star Trek. We're waiting on the Orville season 3. And with that, folks, that's my rant. This is way longer than I normally do a review, but like I said, I went live because, quite frankly, I really did not want to take the time to record and upload the show. I figured I'd just get this rant out of the way. All right. You all have a happy, blessed Easter. Reflect on yourself and remember that this is the day of the resurrection. If you are a believer like I am, that Jesus came back to life. And we'll end it on a positive note like that. You all have a blessed one.